can say uh, screen designing. Yeah, yeah. So we were at this position at this part. Let me share this screen with you. Is it visible, Saiti? Okay. So you will find out that we have multiple states, and we develop some kind of scenarios into this part. We develop or we write the specified code for these things. Now, what we have to do, we have to go with some selection of dates and all. Okay. So for that thing, maybe I thought so that you got all these things what we wrote at that day. Okay. So today what exactly we have to do? Let's suppose if someone go with this date selection, if someone selected some kind of date into this, so how exactly he or she will select the specified date? For this thing, we have to mention this part that selection of dates. So if we go through with this part, so we have to understand this that date selection that date selection is a user choice. Yes, it's a user choice, and we don't know that how much time user will take to specify the date, or how much time, or is the date can be selected or not. For that thing, we have to develop some kind of thing so that whenever my user will select date, it should be into a particular asynchronous operation. I already told you about asynchronous operation, that what exactly asynchronous operations are and what exactly threads are. Maybe. Okay. So for that thing, first of all, we have to use the final keyword. Why exactly we use final? What is the use of final? That cannot be changed after declaring. Yeah, yeah, perfect. So once we declare it, it cannot be changed. While const should be declared at the time of variable declaration. The value should be declared at the time of value declaration. So here we are creating a format, a function that is select date, which is a void, and here we pass on asynchronous programming part here. Void is that it cannot be written something to us, and here we will go with final date and time. So date time will be the data type here, and we will make it nullable, because we don't know that whether my user can be selected this date or not. So if it is selected, then it's okay. Otherwise, we have to put some kind of error, or some kind of default date here. So here we are using the await function here. What exactly await will do? It will wait for the user to pick some kind of operation for it. Okay. Await, the main function, or the main part, or you can say the main use of this await function is that whenever the user is doing some kind of operation, other operations should have to wait till the user can declare this variable, this value. Okay. That means, let's suppose we have multiple operations here in a particular scenario. We have a scenario one, that suppose open the date scenario, or open the date time. The second thing is choose the date, and the third thing is that let's suppose finalize the date. Okay. So we have three step-by-step operations. Now the first operation is that user maybe click on the widget where he or she has to select the specified date, and now he has to choose the specified date. So before finalize the date, my system has to wait for the user till he or she can choose the specified date, and once they choose the specified date, then we can move with finalize. Then we can move towards our third step. Otherwise, it can wait for several seconds or several times. Okay. Let's suppose what happened if he or she never selected a date. So there's a term called timeout. Okay, there's a term called timeout. So what exactly timeout will do? let's suppose uh, my user opens the specified date, but they cannot select it. So once the time is over, my system will not wait forever to finalize the specified date. So for that thing, my system will wait for a specified time or a specified second. And if the specified seconds are achieved, so what will happen? The screen will getting closed, and the default date will set into this finalize the date. Okay, any doubt? It's clear. Okay, so here we have to go with show date picker function like this, picker function like this, and into the show date picker function, what exactly we are going to mark. Just a minute. Will not getting or will not provide some kind of value to it. Okay, yeah, there will be time. Okay, now we have to go with context here. Let's suppose the context. So here I am passing the context that where we have to show the specified date or where we have to show the specified time, and here we are setting the initial date here like this. Okay, so what will be the initial date and what exactly the initial date we are going to build here. So initial date is all about that what exactly date we have to put when my user is not providing some kind of thing. Or let's suppose that initial date will be the specified date uh, which is currently set it into my this short into my this picked into this picked function. Okay, into this picked variable. So it will be date time dot now. What exactly date time now will be? Let's suppose I have a date 27 of April 2025, so it will get set it here. Okay, that is initial date. Any doubt? It is set it. Actually, we are not displaying anything to it. We are actually collecting the specified data to our memory, and once all the memory get collected, so we will set it into the specified widget, so that set it into a specified widget step by step. Let's suppose that if my user uh, initially opens his screen, so at that point of time, the setted date, that selected date will be the today's date or the current date, whatever the machine time will be. Let's suppose today's machine time is 27 April 2025. So it is appearing into the initial date. Okay. Then we have to provide the range from which date to which date it has to measure. So we have to go with first date. Okay. The first date will be date time, and here we have to provide the first date, that is 1950. That it will be starts from 1950 till the last date. Okay, the last date, and the last date will be, let's suppose 21, you can say it's 2025. Let's go with 2025 and 100 years away, 212125. Okay, is it clear? So I think is it clear? Okay, so here it is initial date. Okay, initial date. Okay, perfect. So this is how we can create a specified function for show date picker, that whenever my date picker will getting open, it will set, it will initially the date whatever it is visible is will be the current date of our machine, while the first date, or you can say when we going to create a range, so it will be started from 1950s, 1st January 1950s to 31st of December 2025, 2125. Okay, that will be the range. Any doubt? Yeah, exactly, correct. Okay, actually the range, that's why it's called first date and last date, no? So whenever it will starts, the first date will be starts from 1st of Jan 1950, because actually it is providing the calendar year to us, like from which calendar year you have to create a range. So first date will be 1st January of 1950 till last date. What exactly last date will be? So it will be 31st of December 2125. Okay, that's how it can create a range. Instead of creating range by providing some kind of another value, we are doing it like this thing. Now we have to check this part, that whether the specified things or whether the specified values are appears or not. So for this we are creating if picked is not null. Let's suppose the someone is just click on this on my function, and on the selected function, and somehow he or she cannot pick some kind of value, or let's go with opposite part. Let's suppose he or she can pick the specified value. Okay, let's suppose he or she can pick the value of yesterday, that is 26th of April 2025. So here the value gets stored into picked variable, and we are checking here that whether the picked variable is null or not. If it is not null, if it is not null, then what we have to do, we have to go with some kind of set state function here. So what exactly we have to go with? We have to set state like this into it, and here we have to create a lambda function that will be equals to this, and into this lambda function we have to mention that the selected date is equals to whatever the date we are going to pick. We are actually picked up into this. We are set it into this picked variable. Will set into this part. Okay. So have you understand this line, that what exactly this is? Yeah, it will rebuild the specified thing. So the selected date, whatever the date we will select it here, will pass on whatever the date this picked variable have. Okay, any doubt? It's clear. Okay. So this is how we can done with this picked variable type. Now what exactly we have to do? Null safety. Yeah, sure. So mm-hmm. Sure. So null is blank. Whatever the null is blank. Whenever we go with null safety, so actually, what exactly safety is? Why? What exactly the term safety is? So whenever we know that this value may be, or this value can be null, so we have to put several focus, or we have to put focus on that variable. So that exactly the safety is. Okay. So let's suppose that we have some variables a comma b comma c, and when we treat all of them like not null values. Okay, that means that we are expecting that all these variables must have some kind of values, or they have some kind of values into it. So they are not null values. And when we accepting this part into the same, at the same time, let's suppose the b get it null. So what will happen? Because we are expecting that all the values should have some values, and they cannot be null. But at the meantime, the b has null value, or b has no value. So for that thing, my runtime or my compiler will unable to fetch some kind of value, and will immediately crash the specified application. Okay, for that thing we are actually providing a specified focus to the variable, that this b variable maybe sometimes getting null value by putting this question mark here. Okay, so for that thing what will happen, if this value can be null, if this b variable can be null, my whole data will ignore this b value. Okay, now let's suppose that we have a specified equation in which the value of b should available into that part. So my Flutter or my Dart will ensure that b must have some kind of value into it. If not, then this equation will provide an error to us. For example, here we say that a multiplied by b, and we say plus c. Okay, here if b is not available, then it can be providing some kind of crash activities to us. For that thing, what we have to do, we have to provide a null check here like this. What exactly does null check will do? Yeah, no, this is called a null check. This is called a null check. That this null check will ensure that whether the value is null or not. Sorry. Whenever the value is null during the runtime equation, it should have some kind of value. Okay. If not, then what will happen? You have to provide some kind of value into it. For that thing, what exactly we have to? There is another method to counter this thing. So we said that let's suppose integer b is equals to uh, let's suppose integer dot parse, and here we said standard input dot read line sync. Okay, like this. Maybe due to some reasons we cannot accepting the specified value, or my user cannot put some kind of value. So for that thing, for that part, we are getting, or we are actually providing some another value to it by putting these two question marks here. So these two question mark will ensure that if this part is blank, if this equation is blank, then you have to provide another equation, let's suppose 5. So if this b at any point of time, if this b is null, so instead of getting these values, we will put 5 at this part. So this is actually the null safety part. Okay, any doubt? Mm-hmm. Actually, we are securing our variable by to getting null. Okay, the first thing is this, and the second part is actually we are creating some a particular layer between compiler and our code. Okay, so when what exactly this layer will be? This layer is all about. Let's suppose we have a specified, what we can say, an object which separates. Let me give you another example for that thing. Uh, let's suppose we have a variable a, and we set it that it is not null. Okay, for that thing, my layer or my compiler or my executioner will not check this variable at any point of time. Okay, but let's suppose b is null. So what will happen whenever the code will run? My executioner first check this variable, that this variable has a value or not. Okay, so providing an extra security to my variable, that's exactly called a null safety, where we are separating, or where we are actually providing an additional layer which separates the null values aside from not null values. Okay, that's the exact part of this null safety. Okay, now let's go with another part. Let's go with this is how we select the time, the date. Now we have to select the time. So for that thing, we have to go with select time like this, and again it's a async method. Into this, we have to uh, create a final variable, that is time of day, and we have to put the it is as null, so we have to go with picked is equals to await again, and here we have to go with show time picked again, like this. Okay. So what exactly the show time logger will do? First of all, we have to set the context here, context here, like this, context. After this context, we have to put the initial time, that what exactly initial time will be. So we have to go with time of day, and we have to go with dot now. Okay. So it will fetch the current time of our machine. Now what will happen again? What exactly we have to do? Uh, we don't have to put some another portions into it. For that thing, we have to now. If you need to go with some another features, let's suppose if we have to go with some another part, uh, we don't have these parts like our label. Okay, we don't have to give the another portions into it. Just like into this date part, we don't have to put these values into this thing. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to again choose the if part, that whether we have to check that whether the value is time of value is selected or not. So here we have to go with pick is equals to. Now we have to go with null, that if it is if the picked variable, that is time picked variable, is not null, what we have to do, we have to go with set state part like this, and here we have to pass the lambda function again like this, and into this lambda function, let's suppose do not get with this part, into this lambda function we have to go with selected time is equals to, it will be equals to print like this. Okay. Any doubt, Saiti, into this thing, that how it's clear? Okay. It is just like above. Okay. So now what exactly we have to do, we have to create two more features here, that is, one is show dialog, that once the value is successfully inserted, so we have to show a particular dialog where we have to show a specified screen where the where we have to move on another screen. So for that thing, we have to create another part of this thing, that is void, and here we have to go with show dialog like this. It is another variable, and into this, because here we don't have to wait for our user, that's why we don't put async method here. Okay. Now we have to use the show dialog method like this, and into the show dialog method, what exactly we have to go with, we have to first go with context, that where we have to put this thing. So I am providing the context here. Do you get an idea that what exactly context is? Have you an idea what exactly context is? Okay. Now at the specified context, we have to go with builder method. That what exactly builder is. After this show dialog, let's suppose that if we have to if we have to put some value, or if we have to do some task over this, so we can go with this thing. So here we have to put the alert dialog here. So here we are just going with the context here like this. uh, yeah, about that screen. Okay. Both the screen or about the screen, about the screen. Okay. So here we have to first go with the title, that what exactly title will be. So here we have to use the thing that form is successfully submitted, form submitted successfully. After this we have to go with content, that what exactly content we have to pass. Content. So for that thing again we have to go with text. Into this content, let's suppose we have to put thanks, and here we have to pass the name. So for that thing we have to use the name controller dot text. Okay, name controller dot text like this. Okay, and here we have to pass this value like this. Okay, and after it, so what these things are, it is the title, it is title of alert dialog, and this is the context, this is the content what we are going to display here. Now after this we have to provide the actions, that what exactly actions we have to take in on the specified thing. So we have to, so here we are creating the list of actions. What exactly it is, into this list of actions we have to provide that how many actions we have to take in on the specified thing. For that thing we just have to create a specified thing. We just have to pass on a specified text button only. So we are going to generate a text button like this, and into this text button, let's suppose we are going to pass the text into this child, that what we can say, we can say, okay, for the initial time we are getting to, okay, like this. Okay, and here we have to, on pressed we have to pass a lambda function here like this, or anonymous function like this. Here into this anonymous function what exactly we have to go with, we have to pass on the navigator part, or navigator.pop. So navigator, either you can go with navigator.pop, or either you can go with navigator.push. Okay, so that's your call. So because I already told you about the push button, I am getting to the pop part, so that you will easily get it this thing. So here, with the help of this navigator.pop, what exactly we are going to be, we are actually reversing from one screen to another screen. Uh, let's suppose that into the initial time, with the help of navigator.push, we are going from one screen to another screen like this. While if we go with .pop, navigator.pop, we are actually returning from second screen to first screen like this. Okay. So here navigator.pop, into this navigator.pop, we are just grabbing a specified context, and okay, we don't have to actually put this thing, the curly braces. We can directly pass this method by this navigator dot like this. Okay, we can directly pass this thing. Yeah. Any doubts, Ayati, here into this thing, into the whole thing? It's clear. Okay. Now what exactly we have to go with? We have to go with the last thing, that is submission of form. Void submit, that is another the private function submit form. And at the submit form, what exactly we are going to do, uh, we are just creating a specified widget, or you can say we are going to calling the specified widget, we are just setting the specified widget and so on. So for that thing, what exactly we have to do, we have to first check that whether all the values are set or not. If all the values are set, then it's perfect, then we have to go on. Otherwise we have to put the specified thing, we have to put the other thing, put the another equations into this thing. So for the part, we have to go with form key dot current status, whatever the current state will be, uh, is validate. We have to validate the current equation. Okay, and if the current equation is successfully validated, then we can go with show dialog. Okay, what exactly show dialog will be? So this is the show dialog, where we have to, where if all the values are successfully appeared, then this part, this show dialog will appear to us. Okay. So what exactly this form key and current state will be? So this form key will ensure that all the values into my form has to be successfully inserted, and if not, then it cannot be show some kind of dialog to us. Okay. So we actually done with maximum part into our screen. You just have to go with this thing, and we are actually getting this error. Here we are getting this error because we are not creating a build method here. Once we created a build method, then we can getting rid of this screen. So for that thing, what exactly we have to do? Uh, for that thing, we have to go with override method, override a notion. Sorry, override. We have to go with this override build method like this, and here we are just getting return, and we are returning a scaffold widget here like this. And once we return this thing, you will see that all the errors whatever we getting into this during this part will getting over like this. Error is gone. Okay, any doubts, Saiti? So that's how we just created a specified thing that you can say that we developed all the scenarios into our quotient. All the scenarios means that we just have to now go with the widget part, while all the conditions, whatever we need to store, whatever the data we need to store are now done. So Saiti, what you have to do now? You have to build like this screen into your portion by your own. Just go with this code completely, see the specified video so that you can get the specified idea at how exactly we can build the state. And then from maybe from yeah, for tomorrow, if the time will go on, uh, for tomorrow we will maybe for tomorrow, because the day after tomorrow I am not available. Yeah, from for tomorrow, if I will available, I'll be able to get the class at maybe at I'll confirm the timing tomorrow. Okay, whatever the time will be. So I am sharing this code with you. Just go with this code, and